Hey guys, we're out here in an almond orchard just outside of Traver, California, and today we're going to be digging into the roots and looking at the biological health of the soil. Right now we're still in April and we're still pretty bacterial dominant in the soil. So when you pick up the soil, it's going to have kind of a slimy texture to it. As we progress into the summer, we get a little bit warmer, we're going to get a lot of yeast forming. Those yeasts are going to come in, they're going to rapidly multiply, and it's going to take over the soil environment. As the summer comes to an end and we get more into fall, it's going to change into a fungal dominant environment. Why does that matter? Well, nature has a reason for everything. It all starts off in the fall. So when those fungi come in, they're coming in and they're breaking down all of your organic matter. When the leaves fall, when you prune, when you thin, all that goes onto the ground, and the fungi are going to come in, they're going to eat it up, they're going to break it down and make it into a usable form for your plant. Well, then we come to spring, and what the bacteria do is they come in and they're producing organic acids, and they're preserving that food that the fungi made so that it stays in a form that the tree can use throughout the course of the summer. Those bacteria are going to die, and they're going to provide a food source for that yeast. The yeasts are very high in their protein content. Well, why does that matter? Well, protein is the most prolific source of nitrogen in your soil. It's comprised of your organic matter and your organisms. Those are the two organic forms of nitrogen in your soil, and that's important because those are the forms of nitrogen that won't leach out with an irrigation or with some rain. We'll talk a little bit more about the different forms of nitrogen next week. Now that you have an idea of how to tell whether your soil is active and is somewhat healthy, how can you tell if your soil is going the wrong direction? Well, if you dig in a little bit and your soil has a smell to it, just an ammonia smell, a metallic smell, anything like that, it's not sweet, it smells sour, that's a good indicator that your soil is anaerobic, and your tree will suffer consequences for that. Those environments are perfect for growing verticillium or phytophthora. It's just not a conducive environment for a healthy plant. To grow a good, healthy tree, you have to have all three aspects of soil health. It has to be chemically balanced, it has to be structurally sound, and it needs to be biologically active. Nature has a way of doing all those things. When you work with nature, the possibilities are endless.